Good morning, everybody. Big Dog Northeast Colorado Storm Chasers coming to you live from the dog house today. Getting ready to give you the update for today's severe weather. Severe weather outbreak is forecasted for today in northeastern Colorado. So we're just going to give you a brief update overview, and then we'll get ready to go here. I think the time frame is pushed back a little bit. I think we're looking around between 5 and 6 o'clock tonight when things are going to get cranking. So we'll see what happens as things develop, and we'll kind of give you a little preview here just in a few moments here. So stay with us. Appreciate to our sponsors, of course, that have been awesome to us. So you'll see them streaming along the side there as well. So thank you to all of them. And let's get started and dive right into it. I'll have the stream chat up here in just a minute, but we'll go into first the video capture. My window capture isn't capturing. Let's see if it's working. Hope it is. It says it is. Yeah, it's showing. It's showing on the screen. Okay. It says it's showing on the screen. So let me know real quick if you see the satellite image. If you see it, tell me yes, please. That way I know it's showing. That way it bounced back and forth. For some reason, it didn't show that it was popping up, but I do see it on the screen. So I think it's there. I'm going to run with it. So let's go with it. So you can see the visible satellite here from the GOES. Beautiful satellite imagery there. You can see all that moisture burning off there from last night that we had residual moisture left over. And then let's look at the models for today. As you can see here, this is 4 o'clock this afternoon. Whoops, sorry. I went too far. There we go. 3. Oops. My thing is, and the dogs are barking like crazy, so I apologize. Somebody's at the door. Never fails when I start a live broadcast, someone comes to the door. But anyway, 3 o'clock. This is the 3 o'clock time frame, and this is at 4 as storms start to develop in the metro area. They work their way to the northeast, and then by 5 o'clock, they kind of fizzle in spots. But don't worry, they're going to get firing right back up, and you can see them going west of Sterling, Morgan County, places like that. And then you can see it going right over Morgan County, probably around 7 o'clock tonight, and then 8 o'clock it branches off into a couple little storms, and then look at by 9 o'clock tonight, even out in Sedgwick County, it should be going pretty well, and then 10 it kind of drags its way into Phillips and northern parts of Yuma County. And now these are just models, so don't go, oh, this is for sure. This is not for sure. This is what the models are forecasting at this point. So let's go to the name, which is a great little model as well. I love looking at the name. So let me move over here without going crazy with it. This is at 6 o'clock tonight. You can see they're forming out of the metro area, moving their way northeast. And then at 7 o'clock, you can see those storms are really forming the MCS that Austin was talking about. And they kind of get a line forming there from northern part of state all the way down into towards the Lyman area. And then you'll see them work their way northeast. And Sterling could get a pretty good one as well as it goes over around 8 o'clock tonight. And then 9 o'clock continues on through to the east and works over Yuma County as well, and even close to parts of I-70 corridor. Again, these are models only, not saying for sure, but they could. And you have some residual storms that could fire off after 12 a.m. tonight, as well as they keep going. Some of them could continue overnight tonight, and that's looking into 4 a.m. tomorrow. So we'll see what happens with this. It's not for sure. It's not set in stone, but these are what the models are seeing. They think this is what's probably going to happen if it does occur. So I didn't look at any of these severe threats, Austin, and then we'll keep that up to date for you guys there. But let's look at the National Weather Service. I picked Akron today. So this is the Akron Airport. Currently, it's 80 degrees, humidity of 42. But the thing that catches my eye is that dew point at 55. That's a good dew point today. Way better dew points than they were yesterday. That really helps those storms fire up and get going. And because of that, today's high is only going to be 89. But look what they're saying. Severe thunderstorms are forecasted for today and tonight. So we'll see what happens. We'll take a look. 30% chance of showers again after 5 o'clock tonight. I do think that's pretty on track for that. If we look at it, sorry, my granddaughter's super loud upstairs. I apologize for that. So we'll see. Hopefully she'll quiet down. But a few strong to severe thunderstorms will develop over the northeast plains late this afternoon. Storms will continue pushing eastward through the evening. The severe weather threat will be greater along a line from Greeley to Deer Trail to Lyman. So that's the threat right there, those areas. So east of a line from Greeley to Deer Trail to Lyman, large hail, damaging wind, locally heavy rainfall is possible from any of these severe thunderstorms. Okay, so on the west side of this, though, you could get good thunderstorms with brief heavy rainfall, but I don't think they're going to be as strong west of the I-25 corridor. Okay, so that is what the Weather Service is saying there for this area. I looked at the forecast discussion that just came out. It should be out right now. Should be at 11 o'clock. No, they have not put out the 11 a.m. Usually they do an 11 a.m. That's why I waited till right now, but I don't see an 11 a.m. discussion. They're pretty good about doing that. But this is the 3:30 in the morning discussion, of course. Um, Low level moisture continues to advect west across the high plains. This upslow, low level wind will push direct result of storm outflows originating in Nebraska and Kansas. The low level moisture progression will have watched closely today since there's a generous low level moisture. We saw that dissipating out on the satellite just a little bit ago. So again, anywhere from Greeley to Deer Trail to Lyman has the highest CAPE today. So that's our convective energy, potential energy that it has there to go with that. So we'll see how that goes for that. Again, higher buoyancy air mass from Fort Morgan, Akron, Sterling, and points east. So we got to be careful for those areas. There is some shear out there, so you're going to see some supercells develop. So you might get a pretty good thunderstorm that could blow up here later on this afternoon. Let's look at the Storm Prediction Center. As you can see here, the SPC has the outlook for today. There is the tornado chance right there for 2%. Now for northeastern Colorado. That includes Wasco, Yuma County, Eastern Weld, Morgan, Logan, Sedgwick, and Phillips counties in Colorado. Okay, and points north and west. And I think the biggest potential is going to be here in Montana. It was a 5% earlier today, but they've kind of dipped it out. But they have kept us sitting at the 2%. The wind is the hatch mark up here in Montana, which is good. But we do have a 5% chance of severe wind, hail. The hatch is up here, so we don't have to worry as strong for the big hail, but that doesn't mean we're out, folks. You can still get some pretty good hail if you're not in the hatched mark as well. So you can see all of eastern Colorado, all the way down here, you might see a potential of severe hail, and that is from the Storm Prediction Center today. So we'll see what happens if they issue out any watches and warnings, and as soon as they come out, we will let you know. I'm looking at for mesoscale discussions. Nothing has come out yet. Like I said, everything's still too early for it to happen. But if we look at the Storm Prediction Center for the next couple of days, let's bounce here for day 2. Looks like they've added us a bit tomorrow again in eastern Colorado for the marginal threat. There's the slight that kind of catches parts of Sedgwick County. So if you're in Sedgwick County tomorrow, you might see an outbreak of severe weather near you in the Nebraska Panhandle. So we'll see how things go for tomorrow's threat. You could see another round of severe weather with the tornado threat still kind of catching in eastern Colorado again. Very, very far northeastern Colorado, Sedgwick County by Julesburg. So you folks might be in the tornado threat tomorrow. Very small tornado threat, but it's still there. So just keep that in mind. And then if we look at day 3 outlook here, this is Sunday. They've now added us into this again, into the marginal. You can see it's bumped us in there. And before it didn't show us much in there at all. So we're back in the threat again on Sunday with high temperatures in the 90s as well. But I think there is a potential for some thunderstorm outlook or some thunderstorm chances here on the eastern plains. We bounce out day 4. You can see that's up there. Day 5, there it goes. I knew there was one for day 5. Folks, this is day 5. So this is Tuesday. Okay, this is out to Tuesday. Already they have a 15% hatched mark for us in northeastern Colorado. That could be a very big outbreak on Tuesday. So we'll see what happens if this holds for Tuesday. Could be even worse than what we're seeing today with severe potential. So we'll see how things go, but that's pretty far out and they're already predicting that out. And you can see that outlook continues into day 6, spreading into the Midwest. So again, day 5 is out there. Okay, so this is Tuesday. Chances, so I'm just giving you that heads up. That is a possibility for Tuesday. Okay, so keep that in mind for all of us if you have any plans coming up this week. So with that being said, taking some questions here. Let me go back to the live stream and we'll shut that off so you can see any more. Adam, bring it on. Yeah, absolutely. So honestly, I think right now things are looking potential for today are there. Again, you have the potential energy which is out there, but that atmospheric energy, we'll see what happens. I mean, yesterday, boy, Adam, you were with us yesterday, as you know, when you were behind us there, when we met up with you in uh, Fleming, and I mean the energy's there. I mean the pictures that we have were beautiful. I'm going to try to get them all up today before I get going out later on this afternoon. So be prepared. for today. I'm not saying be scared. I want you to tell you to be prepared. That's a great terminology to remember. And I learned that one from old Ryan Hall. He's really good about telling people to not be scared, be prepared, which is the biggest thing. Some of the people had mentioned yesterday they had tomatoes that were blossoming out on their vines. Might want to cover those guys up tonight just in case that hail does come through. So thanks, Crystal. I appreciate that. Yeah. And Father's Day is coming up this weekend. It could be a severe weather day. For this father, he'll be loving that because that's me out chasing and what I like to do. So we'll see how it goes for this one. But it could be a pretty busy couple days. We'll see how Monday looks. I don't think Monday's going to be a severe day at all. I think Monday's, but it could be. You never know with all this stuff, folks. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, the clouds were amazing last night in Fleming. I'm just seeing Susan posting that. That was incredible. But we'll see. Kenny, I'm looking at maybe probably 4, 5 o'clock. We'll see how things go if they set up a little bit earlier. It's coming from the metro area today. They'll kind of bounce up and through. But I also want to check with Austin, so we'll keep you posted in the group chat. So we'll decide from there. Andrew kind of wants to go out today with us too, so I haven't even got to figure out how much kind of squeak Andrew into. He wanted to go out today too. He got a free day, so we'll see. Maybe I can boot Austin out. I don't know. We'll see. So who knows? Maybe I'll let them all go out and I'll stay home. I don't know. But I enjoy it, as you know. But it's going to be pretty close by local, so we'll all be close by. And again, thank you to our sponsors. There's Cooper Construction, Kobe Morrow 970-980-4803, Kobe Morrow 970-980-4803, Rempro 970-768-4206, 970-768-4206, Brandon Geist at Rempro. And then don't forget Nick Jimenez from Pro Roofing America.com at 970-467-1716, 970-467-1716, and Michelle Mendoza at www.peacefulcoexistenceltd.com for that pet training that you need. So, I think I got it all covered. So I love that the sponsors pop up on the side of the screen. Wait, on the side of the screen right there. It's kind of weird when you have to focus backwards. And it's funny because I'm looking at the computer here, but I have to look here because my phone is the one that's transmitting to the computer to make it work. So I'm doing this because I want to be able to, if the guys call in and I can't be out, I can actually stream them live on the screen here, and I can still do all the talking while they're out chasing, and I can explain to people what we see. So that's kind of a thing I'm looking at doing down the road. If I'm sick or something, or I just don't feel like I could make it out there that day or something. That's kind of my backup plan, is to work from the computer here at home and have them chimed in, and I can go to each person on the list when I have it all worked out right. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that'll work right. So any other questions? I'll take some questions right now here before we close up. So yeah, it's a pretty cool system I have here. I'm getting better at using Streamlabs too. Every day I try a little bit more with it. And next has got to be music. I've got to upload my music. I figured out how to do music today. So I'm like, hey, I can upload some cool music now too. So got to change some of the graphics. Some of the old graphics that Austin has on there are they're kind of sissy-ish. So I don't like that stuff. So we'll see. But yeah, so that's it. Waiting for any questions if anybody has any. And don't forget to have your notifications on too. So yeah, old man naps are big for me, man. Gotta have those. So I enjoy those naps. I might even take one this morning before we get going. So we'll see. I do have the air conditioner on because the temperature here at the doghouse is already in the mid 80s. So the house started heating up pretty good. So the air's running here in the house now to get the air, cool it off in here. So we'll see. Thank goodness I don't live in Arizona. My buddy George says that air runs all day, all night, and he has to use solar panels to help pay the offset the cost for the cost of running the air conditioner in his house because it's incredibly high, I'm sure. So with that being said, that's it. If anybody else has anything else, I'm going to tune out for the day, and well, not for the day until later. So have your notifications on, turn it on. Thanks for watching Big Dog Northeast Colorado Storm Chasers, and we'll keep you posted as things break out. If any watches or warnings happen, we will sure let you know. So I hope you guys have a great day. Be careful out there and stay safe. Oh, risk for Fort Morgan later. Just saw that pop up. Yeah, I think there is a risk for Fort Morgan later, Veronica. Absolutely. I think some of these storms are going to hit right by Weld County and work their way across towards us. That's what I'm looking at the models right now, but things can always change. but the models are starting to come more and more in place to say, yeah, I think it might be in this area. So I still think we're going to stay Morgan and Weld counties at this point. I got to visit with Austin too, but if that changes, we'll let you know. We'll try to post on there what's called starting point, so you at least know where we're starting at, and then we'll try to do that as we're getting better with this. Son is amazing at reading models. Austin is really good at reading the models, and he's pretty good about setting me up in front of these storms. Last night he had me perfect set up there in Fleming, where we were able to see that rotation and stuff. And I've got a great time lapse video of that. I will get that uploaded for you all to see, but it was absolutely incredible. Julesburg, I think, Josh, it could be very dicey for you tonight for the next 3 days, actually, for you guys in Julesburg. So I think you're going to have a tough go in the next 3 days with some severe weather. So potential of hail, I think even a tornado risk for you guys for the next 3 days in the Julesburg area. You're just so close to that Nebraska panhandle. And that's kind of where the big threat is going to be. Everything from Montana all the way down, it curves into that Nebraska panhandle. So I do think that is a possibility. Yeah, no problem. And Veronica, the best time frame for you guys are looking at 5, maybe to between 5 and 7. And then Josh, for you guys in Julesburg, I think you're kind of that 7 to 9 o'clock time frame. Things can go earlier. It just depends on the speed of the storms and how fast they work. But we do have some good energy. I can see the winds are out of the east, so that's telling me we got some good upslope flow going on out there. So I think that's definitely a possibility of those storms kicking off right off the mountains and bouncing their way towards us. So yes, thank you. Yes, Susan, we will. We always look forward to it. And it's kind of nice that we're not going to be so far. The miles that I've put in on my car is ridiculous this year. So yeah, you bet. So it'll be a kind of a nice way to stay closer here. So yeah, you bet. No problem, Michelle. So anything else? I think that's it. I don't have anybody watching on YouTube. I do usually get a notification on YouTube that someone's watching as well, but we didn't have any comments on there. But we are live on both this and YouTube. I'm trying to work with my phone here. I also use my phone with live stream Streamlabs, and if it works right, I should be able to stream both. But I'm kind of in my brain thinking, how can I make this work? So, Juanita, be careful out there on Highway 6. I think you guys could get some stuff tonight as well. So, like I said, I think Morgan County could be in play. At this point, it looks like Morgan County and Weld County are the two top for the play tonight. So, yeah, let me see. YouTube link here. Let me show you guys real quick. Let me switch over. No problem. Thanks for saying that. I don't know where that is. Let's go here. YouTube link. Let's see. YouTube. You can see me here as I'm typing, everybody. So watch me make all these mistakes in typing. That's the wrong channel. That's my personal channel. But let me go to Big Dog. There we go. Okay, so Big Dog Northeast Colorado Storm Chasers is our channel for that. So let me see if I can find the link here and share it. That's my dashboard. I'll give you the whole dashboard. That would kind of look kind of goofy. I'm not the best with this still on YouTube. YouTube is my weakest link, I think. That is my absolute weakest link. Content. Usually it'll tell me my title. View your channel on YouTube. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. There we go. And let me give you the link here. So that's our YouTube channel right there. And you can see it says it's live right now. But Big Dog Northeast Colorado Storm Chasers is our YouTube channel, and it's at Big Dog WX. I'll put that on there. Copy. And I will drop it in the comments right now for all of you to see if it lets me. Control V. There you go. See if that works. I don't know if it works, but I gave it a shot. There it is. Oh, it dropped it on the YouTube. Man, you might be able to see it. I don't know. Let me try it again. It says all. Thanks. Somebody posted it. Oh, it says I posted it. There it goes. It posted on both links. So you'll see it right there. So you just click on that and that'll join our YouTube channel as well. So that's it. Okay. Oof. My husband and son like to watch everything in YouTube to get a couple of new followers. That'll be great. That'll be great. So that's our YouTube link, and hopefully I can line it up with this phone here to make it work on YouTube as well to do the combination. Most of the time, we're always just live on Facebook, which is great. We get more watchers on Facebook than we do on YouTube, so that's why we really like to stay on Facebook as so much. So it's just a great channel for us to have. So anything else? If there are no other questions, I'm going to tune it out here and send it off to our sponsors. A big thank you to our sponsors for being such a great job. So that's it for today. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you a little bit later on. Be careful, stay safe.